Good morning. Hello. Good to see all of you today. Happy Sunday. It is March 22nd, 2026. I cannot believe the first quarter of this year is almost done. What world are we living in? Time is flying. Truly unbelievable. Hello, good morning, everybody. Cheers, of course. Coffee. Now, I will admit, I've had a lot of coffee this morning. Had to wake up early for something, and we are artificially awake, right? I'm tired. I know I'm tired, but the coffee has added this layer over my eyes that is not normal. So I'm awake, but I'm not. Does that make sense? But regardless, nothing more coffee can't fix. Am I right? Cheers. Also, I want to acknowledge I've been notified that I've been making too many mouth noises in my videos, and it's especially annoying because I tend to think while I'm talking, and so I'll kind of yap, and you might want to speed up the video or whatever. I'm working on it. All right, I'm going to adjust my mic settings, all that. I hear you. Okay, I hear you. Maybe it was just one guy who had, who's the only one thinking, and now I've just notified everybody to, be aware of it. But I started mouth taping at night, not like in the cringe like way, but for sleep apnea. I think I snore and I have poor sleep quality. So I started doing a little medical tape, just like one strip, because just to take the slack out of my jaw. And this is really important, guys. Trust me. And you guys are all interested in this, obviously. So I think it's like made my mouth salivate more, because now I'm in my day-to-day, my mouth posture is like a little bit better because I'm more used to breathing out of my nose, because I kind of force my like nose to breathe, kind of. I don't know. This is just a new experience I'm feeling. And again, you guys asked, right? So it's relevant and it's important, quite frankly. But we'll put that to rest. Good morning again. This is a Pokemon channel. We talk about Pokemon. And these days, I guess there's a lot to talk about. Or is there? I mean, prices are going crazy, and I think we're entering what's it called on the speedometer, like the red zone? Or is that just a football reference? We're redlining. I think that's what we're in that range, I think, where it's like, can we really sustain this type of price action? What types of people are sustaining this price action? It's I guess I'm a little concerned, because when I talk to the average person, it's like there are a lot of people with money, but also there's a ton of people who are over leveraged right now. And I'm not saying like we're going to get wrecked, but there's just so much belief and so much, what's the word? Lack of life experience and miseducation, that it's just causing this like euphoric direction, I suppose. I don't know. But yeah, I guess I'm having fun. I guess I'm having fun. It is fun. It's incredible to see people making money, but I'm also just like, when does the music stop? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. Good morning. Hello, everybody. Anyways, that's my little rant. We got to start with a rant. Now let's talk mouth tape and sleep hygiene. Honestly, probably more valuable than what I would normally talk about in this stream. I'm mourning the lawn. This guy needs some coffee. You know what I'm saying? Apologies. Yeah, I feel like overnight my lawn is like taller than any dog, and that's terrifying. And pollen is just in full blast, bro. I hate it. So I'm gonna have to like pre-game my Claritin, you know. But yes, I plan on mowing today. And again, you guys asked, so everybody cares about that. I wasn't aware you was ill, Chuck. You never mentioned it. I don't think I'm ill. I think you mean like I'm cool. I thought that was implied. Yes, I know slang. Years longer living means bigger portfolio. That is, that is such a good point. Every optimization and improvement in life that you make should ultimately be geared towards realizing more compounding interest, right? Nothing else matters. If I'm longer, okay, if I have another year of my life compounded when I'm like 80, bro, that's like, it's going to be hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Or something. I don't know. Or we'll have nothing. Or we'll have nothing. Because are we going to make it that long? I don't know, brother. I'm just yapping today, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Picked up 2 ETBs at GameStop. There you go, brother. Picked up a few myself. You should try a spoon of olive oil before bed to lubricate your throat. That's got to be fake, right? That's fake. That's fake. Are you bulking? That's a bulk play. That's a bulk. And I'm not talking Pokemon bulk. That's wild. That sounds horrible. Isn't it like really spicy? Like good olive oil is pretty spicy. I don't know. But then again, like the Mediterranean folks out there, like they're living forever. So they got something figured out. I think it's olive oil. It's like miracle elixir. Don't worry, guys. We're going to get into the market here. I promise. Bondiggle, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Yo, Steel City Stacks, my guy. Blowing up. I don't know how to pronounce this. Zizal? That sounds like allergy medicine final boss stuff. Slick throat. Hey, yo. Hey. Was able to trade 2 premium posters for 2 ETBs. Yeah, that's probably great, brother. Where do we want to start today, boys? Where do we want to start? I feel like I came in with no plan, and I kind of wanted it to be that way. We can rip right into it. Of course, now that I've started streaming, I'm starting to cough apparently, which is great. Paldean Fates PCTBs. Oh Lord. Oh boy. Okay, we'll start there. I'll pull it up. What happened? I haven't looked in like 4 days, so I'm assuming they're like $2,000 now. Is that right? We'll get this pulled up. We'll get it pulled up. Oh dear. Let me share my screen. Here we go. Okay. $6.99 listed. This is Danger Zone material. Am I right? Am I not signed in? Bro, you gotta be kidding me right now. Oh my gosh. Danger Zone activated 100%. 100%. All right. Wow. And this is like crazy volume too at this price. Like for a long time, and I still feel this way. Excuse me. Let me drink some water. For a long time, like, and again, I still feel this way. PCTBs, when they hit a certain price, I'm just like, bro, who is buying this? I understand it's like an exclusive product. Like, we know the benefit or the value of a PC ETB, but in reality, it's kind of uncharted territory because we don't have a ton of data for when it gets to these types of price points. You really can only look to like 151. And this is probably the closest comp to 151, just given its, time frame, and it's a special set that's somewhat revered, not as much, obviously, but yeah, I guess it's not surprising that after what 151 did, this is doing something similar. I haven't looked at the actual cards, like the promos themselves, to see how they're moving, but this is crazy. This is crazy, and extremely high sell-through rate. 23 listed, 58 sold in the last month. That's red zone territory. Like, I get a lot of questions. Should I buy this PC ETB at $500-$600? And usually my answer is like, I'm not doing it. And yet there they go. And we've been saying for months that like PCTBs, they're due. I think I made a video back in the beginning of January that's like, these PCTBs, they have no hype in them at the moment. Like, everything is hype and momentum and all that just gets redirected constantly, and demand just flows into different things. So PCTBs was due, and we're seeing some action here. DJ, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Oh, I was also thinking this week I want to do a stream, and I kind of want to steal your idea, DJ, respectfully. So credit to DJ for coming up with this, or really the first person I saw do it, where he just has a live stream, and then like creators can just come in at any point and just yap and talk, and just, it's like kind of a hangout vibe. And I'm trying to do that. I want to do that this week. I think that'd be really fun. And then like, I'm going to limit it to, I would do like people, but I have seen like some people moon the camera when they did that. So I'm going to limit it to people that I know I can trust. And then maybe we branch that out to viewers in the future. But that would be really cool. So if you're a creator and you're watching, just like, you don't need to do anything, but I'll probably do a stream this week, like on a weeknight, probably like Wednesday or Thursday. Look at my calendar. And I just want to like hang out and do something cool. Probably, or maybe Tuesday, potentially. Tuesday might be a play. TBD. We'll have it figured out by tomorrow. So if you're a creator and you want to come on the channel, pull up. 100% DJ. And that includes you, DJ. I'm not avoiding you. I'm a big fan. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not sidestepping you. All right. Steel City, I know you're listening. Come on in, brother. But yeah. Fat Mama. My fat mama has become a member. Wow. Shout out to your mama. Tell her we said hello. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for being a member. Wow. Really appreciate that, bro. I've been trying to think of ways to give members value. We do a monthly video where I speak a little bit more candidly, a little bit more like more of a more directly. I can be more honest, right? We do that monthly. We also have a members only chat in the Discord, kind of popping, if I'm being honest. So I try to be active everywhere there, but we got a couple things, nothing crazy, but I appreciate the support nonetheless. I 1000% would, but next time, fair enough. No worries. No pressure. If nobody joins, I'll just run it peak yap style. But I like the idea of having creators come in that, you kind of don't know what you're going to get, and you get kind of different mixes of people. I think that'd be cool. Different perspectives and all of that. I like doing the stream with somebody else. We talk to market. That's great. But I want to experiment with this idea that DJ kind of pioneered. So Again, shout out to DJ for that idea. And if you were around the first time, you knew it was a great idea and super fun. I don't think I'm gonna do it for 6 hours or whatever, but yeah. What's up, Nomad? Good to see you. Nick, thank you for never caught a live before. Sup, Chuck? I can't prepare to be disappointed, my friend. But thank you for being here. Hello, I'm a mom of 2. How you doing? No, I'm just kidding. That's cool. That's cool. Let's move on. Let's see. Finding another comment. You're my first YouTuber I have subscribed to. Dude, stop rizzing me up right now. This is crazy. This is crazy. I gotta get away from this. Is it worth getting regular ascended ET? I'm married, by the way. A regular ascended ETB, just in case you're wondering. Or just PC. I think PC ETBs are very expensive, a little rich for my blood. But I think in this situation, I like regular ETBs. I'm just, what are PC ETBs are now, like $300, $400, whatever the hell. I just can't get behind that. They're going to go up in price, but there's a chance that we get more. And so I think for that price, I'm down to wait, but like regular ETBs, $100. I don't think you can really go wrong with that. Oh man. Do you collect other TCGs or sports? Not really. I do have some One Piece. Most of the One Piece I've purchased was out of like my reoccurring interest in the show. Like I'll watch a new arc, maybe buy a box or something. There's a direct correlation between One Piece pumping and me watching a new arc of One Piece. To be fair, I'm not very far. I was just getting into Skypiea when I decided I needed a break. Because like, dude, I can't go one arc to the next back to back because it's like, oh, we're going to a new place. There's a problem. We fix it. And then you restart that loop. Like I need a little distance, you know? But I'm like barely in. That's okay. Off the rails this early in the stream. I know it's a disaster. Very bullish on SpongeBob. Bro, I've seen that there's like SpongeBob only vendors now. You know, like that's crazy. That's crazy, man. It seems cool. It seems like insanely expensive though. I don't really understand it. Who knows? Maybe we'll make a SpongeBob channel. That would be sick. What's worse, Perfect Order or Michael Venom's UFC career? Yeah, that fight was terrible. I didn't watch it, but I saw some highlights. I think Perfect Order has more to offer, personally. Not a Pokemon question, but what creamer do you put in your coffee, or do you drink? Dude, if you drink your coffee black, you're an absolute psycho. I'm sorry. You're sick in the head if you drink coffee black. I mean, good coffee's good. Okay, sure, but like, I like a little sweetness, man. I use the Italian cream mostly. That's my go-to. It doesn't really get old for me. I like vanilla stuff. I like you know what I mean? I like all the syrups or whatever. But yeah, espresso, I understand. But like, come on, man. I gotta enjoy my coffee's like why I get up in the morning, and if it's not delicious, it's so sad. Skypiea is a slog. I heard it's fun though. Excuse me. Oh, got me. I'm feeling like a non right now. Coughing. Speaking of which, I saw he put out I didn't watch it. I saw he put out a video last night that says like an apology. I'm assuming he wasn't actually apologizing and was being sarcastic. Am I right? Not that I think he needs to apologize, for the record. I don't really care, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. So if y'all watched the video, what did he say? Shout out to Anon for the troll. Okay, so he was trolling. He had to be. I saw Team Rocket Joey in the thumbnail. I was like, here we go. Oh, God. Dude, I think I need to go drink some olive oil. He's apologizing about sorcery. You're joking, right? You're joking. What do you mean? What does that even, like, about what? About sorcery? I always have a rule of 4 to 5 years before selling investments, but with 151 PCTBs pushing over 1K, it's hard not to. Dude, for me, like 151, we gotta talk about 151. Can we talk about 151? I know we talk about it every other day, but like it's kind of the one to talk about and use as an example for everything, I suppose. But we're like congratulating sorcery for doing well. He didn't think it would. Okay, that's that's so lame, actually. All right, fair enough. So he just didn't talk about it. It's funny. Not that I care, but that's ridiculous. Okay. So 151. I don't know, man. I'm looking to take some profits this year. I don't care. We're getting in this territory where I'm up so much on it that I think I want to reduce a little bit of risk now. I don't think the market's going to crash, for the record, but I'm just at the point where like I have so many bundles and they sell literally instantly from what I can tell. And I'm not going to sell all of them, but every show that I vend from this point on, which I'll probably do a few, like I'll probably bring a couple, you know what I mean? And just like get my cost basis down and just take profit and have some money for the inevitable dopamine dump period that we'll probably enter at some point, either next year or later this year, or who knows when. But that's kind of my thinking. So like PC ETBs are so expensive, dude. What are they at? Like 1,400 or something? Where are they? Regular ETBs are 610. These are 1375. Selling for 1450. The problem is if you have these, you probably don't have many, or like maybe you just have one. But like if I had multiple of these, I would 100% sell one. There is no question in my mind. You get maximum liquidity in this market. I don't know, man. I'm just not like, I like BCTBs. I'm just not the biggest believer in them at these price points. Like, I just don't know about the value. I get like people will collect them in the future, but like who is going to be buying like a $5,000 PCTB? Like the market for that has to be relatively small in the future. How dare you take profits, minimize your risk? You don't want 50% on top of your 100 plus. Yeah, I know. And guess what? It'll probably keep going up, but that's something you can live with, right? You gotta live with it. Let's see. Promo card. I'm assuming raw goes for 300 plus. Yeah, it's a good promo card. Don't get me wrong. I don't remember the gem rate off the top of my head, but I'm assuming it's like not incredible. Can you see Prismatic PCB going to 151 way? I mean, kinda. 151 is interesting because let me pull up Prismatic. I mean, it's not a video or a stream if we don't talk about Prismatic at least once. By the way, I have a fun April Fool's video. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's going to be stupid as hell. So just get ready. It's going to be vintage troll video. Vintage, like Halloween kind of vibe. That's all I'm going to say. All right. If you know, you know. All right. What are regular ETBs? I haven't checked in a few days. They're already over 200, 209, 220, 205. These are going to be $300-400. Insane. Where are they? So these are currently, are they $600? Wow, I didn't realize it was 600. Are they actually selling for 600 though? I know TCG Player says that, but like, guys, is it actually $600 or is it like? I mean, it's still crazy. That's insane. Okay. Well, okay. So here's the thing about Prismatic and 151. I think people expect 151 to outperform Prismatic because it came out in a time where demand was down and there was less product, and then demand picked up and it nuked the supply, which that is true. But then you think about Prismatic, and the opinion on Prismatic is there's basically, from what we can assume, there's probably never been a set printed as much from release like Prismatic, but demand has scaled so much past what is capable to be printed that Prismatic also got nuked. And then 151, now you have the benefit of rip and shipping, destroying Prismatic. And yes, it destroyed 151 too. But Prismatic ETBs, regular ETBs, hit $200 months before 151 did in its relative time frame from release. Now, it's hard to compare eras, I understand, but that is significant to note. I think it was either 2 or 4 months faster. PC ETBs for Prismatic are now $600. We got multiple restocks of them. And these were opened a good bit. Don't get it twisted, because the promo was very expensive in a 10. Okay, so I could easily see these going above $1,000. The question is when? Probably not anytime soon, but another year, I guess that would be pretty soon. I mean, if the market continues at like this elevated demand over supply ratio, which we're kind of expecting it to, because the printing facility is not really going to be up and running until after the set, gets rotated out. I think Prismatic is going to go on a generational run. It already has. I think regular ETBs are going to rip from now until next April and beyond. Bro, I'm telling you, Prismatic is cooked. It's going to cook. And we talk about it all the time, but we have to talk about it because it's just so obvious. It's just so obvious, man. ETBs at 200 are going to be viewed as cheap at some point this year. That's kind of my stance on Prismatic. I am extremely. It's just, you look at the sell-through, you look at the volume, you look at what's in the set, you look at the set value, you look at the history of how much it was printed and how much is just getting nuked and the price movements. Like, bro, it's obvious. Prismatic will not only follow 151, it feels like it's outpacing 151 in some respects relative to its age. Just wait. Because the narrative of Prismatic rotating out is not really there right now. Let's be honest. People are focused on 151, Paladin Fates, blah, 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 which makes sense, right? But when Prismatic, like we may have gotten all of our ETBs for Prismatic. There's like a decent chance that is true. When you look at other sets, their respective product cycles for special sets, what they've done, you get your ETBs, you get your booster boxes up front, and then they're just like kind of more inefficient to make in the factories from what it seems like. They hand pack them, all that. Of course, now it seems like the changes to Elite Trainer boxes with the new plastic inside. I don't know, but it is interesting. But the strategy for Pokemon is very simple, guys. When demand is outpacing supply and they can't print more, they make smaller sets, right? Phantasmal, Perfect Order, Chaos Rising, all these sets coming out are the smallest sets we've ever gotten, basically, because it's easier for obvious reasons. Have more cards, more, get them out to people. And, then you focus on the product. So what can they do? They can make sets smaller. And I don't want to hear the BS of like, oh, they plan sets out 10 years in advance, bro. Dude, they can make changes on a dime. I understand Perfect Order is like a set for the DLC for ZNA or whatever, but like they can cut different sets up and put them in different ones. Like I think if we were in normal market conditions, Phantasmal would have had Gengar, but I think they changed it, and this is all conspiracy. So yeah, you make sets smaller, and then you focus on products, and it's going to be bundles, right? Maybe you focus on boxes that are profitable. Collection boxes seem to be very profitable for the Pokemon Company. They can put 5 packs in a box and charge a higher premium on them, and people are buying them. Throw a promo card in there, and you got straight juice. So it's not going to change. All these sets coming out this year are going to be tiny, except for maybe a special set or two, which, you know, I don't know. But what was my point? Oh, yeah, ETBs are the bull case has begun. It's already there for prismatic ETBs and ETBs in general. I mean, look at the growth on them. It's harder for them to make. They might be less profitable. They have to import dye from China, right, or whatever. Or like parts of the ETBs are not made in America. So there's some logistical things there. Oil's going up. I don't know if that factors into anything here. So, but oil affects the whole world, right? Shipping is everything. Plastic prices, you know, made from oil. So we'll see. I don't know how much that's going to change day to day. Like, you're probably not going to notice a change, but you're going to start seeing more bundles and stuff, which we've already seen them. So anyway, I guess that's my rant. I want to know what you are buying now, PokeTruck. You must be new here. No offense, but I am very transparent about what I buy and when I buy it and how much I buy it for. And right now I'm buying, I got, let's see, I bought obviously prismatic booster bundles. That was one of my bigger plays recently. 60 bucks, 65 bucks, 55 bucks, doesn't really matter. They're snap buys for me, especially if they're shipped to my house. That is ideal. Ascended ETBs at 100 bucks, I think is totally fine. I got a case. I paid $11.50, and I have, I think, 5 loose Ascended ETBs. So it's not anything crazy, but I've started my position. I'm not buying Ascended ETBs at 120. I'll tell you that right now. I'd rather wait and get cooked than over leverage myself on a product that's brand new and very expensive. That's my thought. But I'm also predicting them to continue to rise as long as we're not getting product. That's what's going to happen. So hopefully we get more, but yeah. So prismatic bundles, Ascended Elite Trainer boxes. I'm starting to get re-interested in Sword and Shield boxes. I'm talking the good sets. I think we're entering a point where eventually, inevitably, attention and demand will flow back into Sword and Shield boxes. The question is when. I don't know. We have Perfect Order, Chaos Rising coming out, and those sets are trash. Meanwhile, you have Brilliant Stars, Lost Origin, Fusion, Evolving. Those are the sets I want. I have enough Chilling. I'm not buying Chilling unless it's like literally $400. Like, it has to be pretty low. But I got some busted boxes. I will sell them into the next like boom, I think. But like Sword and Shield is, I don't know if it's undervalued, but it's definitely a little underrated right now. Sword and Shield alt arts are incredible, and I think it's some of the best arts we've ever gotten, period. Evolving is going to do evolving things. That has plenty of room to run. Like, there's no doubt about it. It's a generational set. It's obvious. Fusion is great. Gengar, you buy Gengars, you hold Gengars. It's not complicated. Brilliant has a lot going for it. Lost Origin, the Giratina. I might actually be the least bullish on Lost Origin, but it's a good set. And I have like a decent amount of Lost Origin, but I do think Sword and Shield, like, people aren't really talking about it right now. There's probably some opportunity there. And I'm only buying minty boxes. Let me be very clear. I'm not buying junk. I have enough junk as far as like wraps and the perforated stuff, all that, you know the deal. So I'm thinking about that. Obviously, I'm capitalizing on drops at market or under market. For instance, I bought a ton of the Sam's bundles with the prismatic, the surprise box, and then the unsealed bundles inside. I got like 20 of those things at $70 each. So that type of stuff, like that's a great opportunity in my opinion. I don't see tons of downside there. I'm seeing an S tier set at a cheap price. You get 10 packs at $7 each. They're technically all sealed. The surprise box is it was at least a little undervalued given the promos at $40, but now they've gone up a bit, obviously. So really, I'm focused on kind of the theme as like set picking at good prices and just keeping my eye on kind of the pulse of the market. Does that answer your question? I mean, there's other opportunities that exist, like SBCs from Costco. I don't think they're this week. Flex, unless I'm mistaken. You're talking about Prismatic. Aren't they coming out this summer? I don't understand. Dude, no shit. What's the point of you making these repeat comments and obvious statements? Level up, Chuck. You're normally better than this. Repeat comment on top of one another. Appreciate that, brother. That makes me feel really good. Thank you for your input. Noted. And I hope life is good for you, man. Thank you for that. Moving on. If you don't know what Sword and Shield sets to buy, the Sword and Shield Charizard EPCs are a good choice. Yeah, but they're a little expensive. I got a couple or whatever, but I don't know. I'm not super into buying UPCs that aren't special sets personally. It's like kind of a mixed pack selection. I know the promos are solid, but it's just a bit expensive now. I think the time to buy them was last year, which is when I bought them. I'd rather buy a booster box at this point. Well, Baby Soft Sunday it is. I mean, I don't know, man. What do you expect to hear when you come into this stream? We're talking about sets that are relevant to buy. We're talking about what I'm buying, and I'm answering questions. Like, I don't know what you want from me. Would you feel better if I pulled up a spreadsheet, even though it's just looking at sales data? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like funny. Surging Sparks Dots. I just made a video on this. I think the boxes are pretty undervalued. They're going to go up in price once supply gets chomped through a little bit. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not going to ban him. I like to hear people out and see what they say. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. And you know, I do repeat myself a lot. To be fair to him, that is kind of the nature of Pokemon investing, though. I will say is like sometimes you have to repeat yourself because that's just like where market conditions are, and that's like where opportunity can be. And I think oftentimes one video is not enough to cover something. For instance, I made like 6 videos in a row about Pallion Fate's Great Tusk boxes. So, and people were like, bro, what are you talking about? And I just said, buy at $100 and why? And then they went up. So I don't know. It was like somewhat popular in my community at the time, but it wasn't as popular as he thought it was. You know what I'm saying? So, there's so much like, I can't expect everybody to watch all my videos and like understand my full context and nuance for how I feel about everything. That's something for me to remember. So a lot of times questions that people ask or thoughts that they have, I've already addressed in some form or another. So you kind of just have to, you got to roll with it, man. But look, I just appreciate him being here, quite frankly. I think it's all right. It's no big deal. I like to hear other perspectives in the space, so it's good, man. I do think it was a little rude. Maybe the tone was, but what can I say? I'm a creator in this space, so it's like it's chill. It doesn't bother me. Let's see. Let me scroll up a little bit. Do we expect a significant 20 to 30% cooling into the summer? It's impossible to say, but we are at an interesting time where demand is still ripping, but sell-through rate is dropping a bit now that we're getting to these prices. Then we got two stinker sets. I don't think anything significant is going to happen as long as demand is outpacing supply. Like worst case scenario, we go a little bit flat. I think 151 is at risk of going a little bit flat. And that makes sense. It's run up like a ridiculous amount. Like it can't sustain that, right? So that's kind of why I talk about taking profits during these times is like as it's ripping and it just feels unrealistic. Like liquidity is at an all-time high. It just makes sense to do something like that. Now, you can talk about whether you should hold 151 forever, and I wouldn't even fully disagree with you necessarily. But you guys already know I'm offloading products that aren't ideal, that take up a lot of space, and I just don't believe in as much. But maybe I got them for a good price, and it's time. Like Infernate V boxes, I got at MSRP. They're like $55. Legendary Warriors collection boxes, I got at $60. They're 100 and whatever. Like 150, and they take up a ton of room. And it's kind of just, they're not special sets and they don't have evolving. So stuff like that, like I'm looking to sell a bit, and just take that money, have a little bit of cash ready to go for opportunity in the future. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's my thought process. Demand is parabolic right now, pretty much. Pretty much. And I appreciate all the comments, guys. I'm reading them. Don't worry. Fearful investors and flippers are worried that the new print facilities will harm the market, when in my view, it shows the Pokemon company is incredibly confident in the future of their TCG. Yes. Yes. Let me pull up. I've made some videos on this in the past talking about like the growth of TCGs and looking at some data, looking at global sales, looking at the projections, CAGR, stuff like that. Let's talk about this a little bit to kind of put things into perspective, right? And we'll compare it to another market. Right. I mean, guys, like it's not rocket science. I actually think the printing facility is a great thing for Pokemon. It'll give investors hopefully more opportunities to buy product. It'll help their brand image because more collectors and more people coming into the ecosystem can participate. That's a good thing. And, they're not rushing into it. They literally can't. I think the timing will work out interestingly, given the new era of Wind and Wave, but I think that game is projected to be extremely popular. It looks like they actually made a decent Pokemon game for once. Of course, we'll see, right? But historically, whatever they show in the trailer is, kind of what you get. What's up, Ern? Good to see you, brother. Market is so cold, it'll burn you. Yes. Mouth breather haters can eat it, bro. Yeah, I mean, that comes with the territory. It's all good. Trust me, I'm not bothered, but I am going to call it out because it's just nonsense. Like, you can't, I'm sorry, if you're watching Pokemon investing content and you complain about people repeating themselves, you're just in the wrong place. Like, that is the game, brother. All right? Day-to-day market update channels. Let us eat, all right? Let us make our videos, all right? So this is a lot of words. We're not going to go into it too much. This came out in 2025, by the way. So I wonder if the projections are a bit different. In 2025, the trading card games market value, TCGs, around $7.8 billion. And by 2030, projected to reach $11.8 billion. Now, it's not a 2x. That's like a 60% gain, roughly. But it just goes to show that I think it will probably outpace this. just given the way the world is moving. Like there's a lot of factors in that you would have to put into this, but emerging tech advancements, regional growth, companies entering the game, like GameStop, like other gambling companies, let's call it what it is. There's just going to be way more ways to make money in Pokemon, but it's not going to be the average person making the money. It's going to be the companies making the money. But the ease of accessibility is going to be continuing to increase. For instance, look at China. You have companies like Meme, what's it called? Meme. Is it Meme? It's not Meme Found. Meme Strategy. Creating like funds. In China, it's relatively hard to invest in China, which is why like real estate in Toronto was bought out by all these like rich Chinese investors looking to diversify. Then you have Pokemon, right? You have these funds buying, like tokenizing certain slabs, cards, whatever. We've seen it with Van Gogh, which makes sense. And there's just going to be more opportunities for people to buy. And I think people in like more developed countries are going to continue to have access, but also like people in developing countries, when you can make a lot of money or like multiple months salary buying and flipping Pokemon cards, like people are going to flock to it. And that's happening now, of course, but there's so much like tailwinds for Pokemon at the moment. And I don't think we've really fully capitalized on that. We haven't really seen the full potential of what the TCG space could become as a collectible asset. It is still a very unregulated and new environment, right? It continues. It's growing month over month. Not to mention, like I'm not one to like really compare TCGs to like the S&P, but this is kind of what Pokemon looks like. And I think people get caught up day to day in things. And if you're a real investor, which I would argue not a lot of people are, okay, and that's not to be offensive, but I think the mindset is what separates real investors from fake investors. Shout out to Earn. Here's the 1-day chart. Looks down, pretty bad. 5-day chart looks pretty bad. Obviously, we know what's going on in the world. But this is essentially what Pokemon is too. 1 month looks pretty bad. And I'm not saying it's 1-to-1. 6 months, not great. Year to date, not great. 1 year, pretty good. And you keep zooming out, and the chart is up and to the right. And this is what Pokemon is, just obviously scaled differently. So zoom out. You have to zoom out a bit, guys. It's just a visual. I'm not comparing 1-to-1. But a lot of people are stuck in the 1-day, 5-day, 1 month charts, and they're not looking or thinking about where they fit into the space as far as what their goals are. They're just chasing money with money that they may or may not have, and they don't have any real plan. They don't know how to sell. They don't know how to connect different parts of the space to each other. That's why things are redlining right now, and it's because people are just basically in a Zerg frenzying. They've been bloodlusted. World of Warcraft reference. Everybody's bloodlusted right now, and they're just smacking their weapons on everything, and that's kind of what's happening. So I don't think it's sustainable forever at this rate, but the timeline is hard to be predicted, and you just have to take it as it comes. For the record, like most of my money is not in Pokemon. Let me be very clear. I've said this a lot. Most of my money is in retirement accounts. Most of my money is in the market. Although the growth of Pokemon is the scale is starting to change, and not sure how I fully feel about that. Obviously, it's like complaining that your lobster is too buttery, but at risk of sounding like that, I guess I just want to say I'm somewhat cautious, okay, to say the least. I think you should practice caution in times like this and make moves that set you up for the future. Selling might make sense for you. Maybe it doesn't make sense for you. But like Flow God, he's been around a while, sold off 151 yesterday, couldn't refuse a 1,200% return. I don't know. That makes perfect sense to me. Perfect sense to me. Sorry, that was a long-winded rant. That was somewhat unplanned and not as well fleshed out as I wanted it to be, but I think you get my point. Probably deserves a whole other video or 6 saying the same thing over and over again. So Silver, if you're watching, do not watch those videos. You will crash out, I promise. Love you, brother. Hope you're doing well. We're redlining means we're dead. Not quite, okay? The wheels haven't come off yet. The wheels are still on. They're doing the death wobble. You're from San Francisco, right? What's a we're skateboarding down the big hill and our skateboards are death wobbling, but we haven't face planted yet. There you go. Pokemon is acquired property in California the size of 14 football fields. That means they can print multiple sets for multiple years across the board. Pokemon is acquiring property in California. Is that true? I feel like that's like the worst place for them to acquire property. Is that on Poke Beach? Are you just mistaking the Millennial Print Group location? That sounds right to me. Anyway. By the way, I'm going to say it again. If you're a creator and you want to come on the stream, I'm going to be doing a stream this week, either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I haven't decided yet, where anybody can hop in and we can just join, chat with some people, get some thoughts, give an update. You can pop in, pop out. I might open it to viewers in the future, but I have seen some viewers do some funny things to people who have not fully vouched for them. And I'm trying to avoid that, so I'm currently limiting it to creators. So if you're a creator, like, hop in. Let's chat. Chances are I haven't talked to you in a while or ever, and I would love if you join. I'm a creator. I create. Okay, yeah. Yes. Okay. PE ETB's pre-orders at GameStop 150. That's, oh, I was going to say that's diabolical, but I guess it's a good price. But it's still diabolical, isn't it? But yeah, probably the cheapest you'll find those for the rest of time, I imagine. That's interesting, though. Large-scale distro and printing are almost always located central in the country for logistics. Cali would make 0 sense. Yeah, I think that's fake news, probably. Chuck, Lorcana is gaining a lot of traction, and Profound has the possibility to be the next one. What is Profound? I don't know. Is that a card game? Okay, if I haven't heard of Profound, it is not the next One Piece. iShowSpeed's image on his accounts are Luffy. They are not the same thing. Let's just be clear. Oh, Riftbound. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Riftbound is doing well. Sorry, but I don't think the IP is as strong. Although, I mean, you know, there's some gamers out there who are diehards. Like, look at Final Fantasy Magic, right? All those nerds coming out buying Final Fantasy Magic, like they were fiending for it. I guess the same is true for Riftbound. Although, I gotta admit, like, the cards in Riftbound, art-wise, are not for me, man. I don't like them. And I played League. I like League. Although I would never play League now, but just because I value my my sanity. But I don't think you can compare the IP of League to One Piece, personally. But I see an argument there, and it is doing well. So, Chuck Lego, what are your thoughts on TRJ selling all of his nuts to buy more Lorcana? I think you're getting trolled, but you don't realize it. Have you seen the Cyberpunk Kickstarter? No. I will say this. I did buy Cyberpunk on Switch when it was error price down to $17. I haven't played it yet, but maybe I will at some point. But I mean, everybody, this is how you know this is a top signal, is every IP ever making a TCG. I don't think it'll do that well, man. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to talk about Lorcana. I just can't. I can't get behind a card that is Mickey Mouse. I know they're performing well. I'm missing out on Lorcana. I can't get behind a Winnie the Pooh, bro. My brain won't let me, unfortunately. Love how so many of us in Pokemon played League. Yeah, well, most people in Pokemon are between 25 and 35, roughly, like the majority demographics. And chances are those people were at the perfect age for League, which was like between 2011 to 2016 was like the biggest game, you know? And that was like prime time. So yeah. Oh, I did miss your super chat. I'm so sorry. I got on a little tangent. Let me scroll back up. Here it is. 151s are the same price as Priz ETB's good trade. Kind of interesting. I was thinking about this last night, actually. I think I'd much rather have Prismatic ETBs. It's kind of obvious to me. It's a better product, get more packs, all this stuff. And I think from this point on, I think Priz ETBs will probably outperform 151 bundles. And just wait until Priz ETBs, they've been running this year, but like wait until they really start running, like in months from now. It's going to be wild. So yeah, I think if you can trade a 151 bundle for Priz and you have a bunch of bundles, kind of makes sense to me, personally. I think it makes a ton of sense. Maybe that's a hot take. I don't know. A lot of you might disagree. But Abraham, thank you for the donation, bro. I'm so sorry I missed that. It's unlike me. Yo, Elad, great content. Keep it up. $10, bro. Thank you so much, bro. Really appreciate that. And I'm trying to stop saying, I want to start, let me rephrase. I want to stop saying bro, but I can't help myself. So I know I said it 4 times when I just thanked you. So I apologize. But $10, that's a lot of money to give somebody. That's like that's like 1/3 of a 151 pack. Thank you for that, man. Really appreciate that. I really do. Cheers, brother. W live stream. Holy shit. Thank you. I am Kevin Queens 499. That is very kind, brother. $5 is almost 1/2 of a prismatic pack. Thank you very much for that, man. I really appreciate it. You did not have to do that. You guys are very kind. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Say laddie. You look like a fucking mushroom, lad. There you go. Bros dono farming. Look, I didn't ask them to do it. They're being very kind, and I'm going to thank every single person who ever does that, obviously. Chuck, I haven't seen or heard from my dad in over 15 years. Is this a top signal? I guess it depends on how you look at it. Let's think about this for a moment. I think if you heard from your dad and he was like, hey, man, I know it's been a while, but I've seen you in PokeChuck's comment section talking about all of your prismatic ETBs, and I know you have a lot, and I was just wondering if maybe we can rekindle this relationship. I'm so sorry, but I'm a little tight on money. You have a few prismatic ETBs. I know you're going to be made, so I think that would be a top signal. So if you haven't heard from your dad yet, that's probably not the top, is what I would say. So keep your eyes peeled. Keep up the good work. Don't listen. Yeah, it's all good, man. Comes with the game. 20 years is the signal. Sorry, King. No, he's coming back, bro. Trust. He's like the Avatar. Multiple YouTubers have already talked about it. I need to look into this. Admittedly, if this is true, I apologize, Laura. I'm not up to date on it, I guess. I'll have to look into it if it's true. I'm not saying you're wrong. I haven't heard about it. Chuck is the next upcoming Hulk Hogan. Brother. What do you think causes the big spikes in Pokemon? And if you had to guess, how much has the hobby grown since you started collecting? Well, what do you think the chart looks like? What do you think? Okay, this is a lot. What do you think causes the big spikes in Pokemon? I think there's a lot of things. I think it starts with the IP. Obviously, it's the number one IP in the world, and it is nostalgia fueled primarily. Also, the games have been performing well, whether you like them or not. They've been selling well forever, and even recently. COVID created a new class of people who were sitting at home making the same amount of money but having less expenses, and then they got stimulus checks and Bitcoin was going crazy. All these new alternative assets came out, right? The younger generation, their affordability is a bigger problem. They're looking to get ahead. They turn towards Bitcoin, and then it turns towards Pokemon, TCGs, things that they know, things that they care about, and things that are quite frankly more interesting than setting 15% of your paycheck aside for 40 years, right? Which I recommend, for the record. And so, now we have this perfect concoction of way. And then, of course, Pokemon Company, they were kind of down, and then the sets started getting good at the same time with like Surging and Prismatic and so on. And then it just created all this opportunity. People started seeing it as, money making, vending, flipping, investing. It's all growing. The space is getting much bigger. And it's grown significantly since I've been in this space. I mean, I really started getting into Pokemon. I was there as a kid, but you're a kid is different. 2020 is when I got back into Pokemon. I was chasing Evolutions packs. That was my jam. I was really into that. If I had the occasional $8 Cosmic pack, that was cool too, but I was way more excited for Evolutions and Vivid Voltage. I'll never forget. But that was the world we were in. Chonkachu is my card. It's funny how time has changed. Right? But it's significantly bigger. It's multitudes bigger than it was then. And that was a huge, huge spike. But this is way more sustained. The Pokemon Company literally is building a new printing facility to keep up with the demand. I don't think Pokemon Company anticipated this level of demand. They probably had some growth factored in, but then this just smashed it. And it's terrible for them to not have packs out to people, or they're terribly worried about their brand image, I should say. They want people to have packs. So I think we're moving in the right direction. I think Pokemon Company is to be trusted with 30 years of data. I'm getting a little off topic now. What do you think that chart looks like? I think it looks like this. Here's Pokemon. It went up, 2020, up, maybe down a little bit in 2022, 2023, etc. And then it just whoop, see ya. Probably looks like that. Abraham, bro, thank you for the donation. I'm not missing you this time. What's worse is I have, 200 151 bundles. Thinking of selling all and buying 600 Prismatic booster bundles. I can't even fathom that number. Is this a top signal? Bundles should 90% 3 times faster than 151 bundles. I don't hate it, but you have to remember, if you're selling something and buying something else, and you're factoring in the time and the effort and the percentage gain, like, it's easy to say it's 1-to-1, but it might not actually be when you factor all of that in. So, I don't hate the play, but personally, I'm not super into moving money from one set to another for that reason. Especially S-tier sets, I think you're better off just buying and then like selling to take profit and then just buying instead of like thinking about it like moving money. And I don't understand your situation. I don't understand your finances. I don't know anything about you beyond what you've messaged. So it's tough for me to say that, but those are things I'd be thinking about. And my ideal situation is I have my product. I'm selling it when I think it reaches certain targets that I like, or we're in certain cycles in the market, or I don't believe in it as much. And then I'm just using cash that I have to buy the other things. So I don't think about it as like, I'm selling this to fund that. I'm just thinking about it as like, I'm selling this and I'm buying this, if that makes sense. But thank you for the donation, brother. You're always in here doing that, and I really appreciate it. Can you sell 151 at 175 and buy Priz at 60s? You could probably sell 151 at 190 or 200 and buy Priz at 60, 63. But like, is selling 151 at 175 optimal? Because you could probably get more for them, no? Maybe it'll take a little more effort, but if you're getting $15 additional per, I think that's worth it at that scale. But yeah, it's going to take some work. But thank you for the dono. I do really appreciate it. Bro did a reverse graph. Yeah. Yeah, just flip it around and we're good. Do you even like Prismatic? You and your little friend TRJ don't even like it. I love Prismatic. Have I ever said I didn't like Prismatic? I think Prismatic is a good set, bro. Anybody who says Prismatic is not a good set is literally coping. I don't care what they say. That's ridiculous. Dude, the Umbreon is a phenomenal art. And people, I don't feel like people, that's like, I think people like the art and they get it, but nobody is talking about that as an art that drives Prismatic. I know it's very expensive, but it's largely because the art, and the PSA 10 price, blah, blah, blah. But the art is incredible on that card, right? And then, of course, you have all the other cards too, but like, Prismatic is great. It's a great set. Why are we trying to call tops already? I think it's more just like, it's not about calling the top. It's about looking at people's behaviors and sorry. Yeah, you got me. You got me so bad, actually. Oh my God. I just got rage baited. We tell you bastard. You got me good, brother. I just lost my train of thought. Where was the question I was reading? Okay, it's not about calling the top. It's about being disciplined in my approach to investing and presenting information to viewers who, let's be honest, man, many of which are new coming to my channel wanting advice. And I'm trying to be responsible. Okay. So my viewpoint's going to be a little bit different. Now, I am bullish on Pokemon. Do not get me wrong. Obviously. But you have to ask the question at some point is, can 151 do what it just did forever? I think the answer is no. But I think a lot of people believe the answer is yes. And there's a lot more to talk about in this context, of course. So keep that in mind. But I think it's a fair question to ask, man. I really do. I really do. Yes. Ern says black coffee is tier 1 investor juice. I love how Ern is watching. I'm assuming he's watching the stream from the beginning, so we're like 40 minutes ahead of him, and then he's reacting in real time. That's a true fan right there. But if you drink black coffee, you're a sicko and a psycho. And I think there's something wrong in your head, personally. But I do understand the benefits, of course. I get the same benefits, but I'm happy, right? So I don't understand the argument. Thoughts on Black Bolt White Flare? I feel positive about Black Bolt White Flare. Personally, I love Gen 5, and I love these sets. Investment-wise, it's interesting that they're split into 2 separate sets, which probably means less product for both. First of all, I think Black Bolt is a step ahead of White Flare, obviously. But we've always thought that. I think the sets will perform well, and I think ETBs are a reasonable buy. I'd rather buy Ascended. But, I think they're very strong sets. I think they're incredibly fun to open. The ROI is there. They're kind of, I'm not going to say they're slept on because I don't think they're slept on, but they were a little underrated. Now their prices have caught up a bit. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Let me check, see how we're doing on time. We're doing great. Are bundles or ETBs for Priz better? Probably ETBs, but there's some opportunity in bundles right now, and that's kind of how I think about it. But I think ETBs are also going to do well. But I got a bunch of ETBs cheaper. Glasses looking sharp AF today. Thank you, bro. Needed that. Thank you. I'll pay you later. Planted comment. Chuck, am I hungry right now? Yeah, I'll tell you what you should eat, but you have to wait until my Monday market update for me to do that. All right. So you might have to wait a little bit. Oh God, Ready Mark is in the chat. 20 memberships. That's crazy. 20 memberships. What are y'all doing? Ready Mark. What are you guys doing right now? Aren't y'all supposed to be like off work? They're working all the time, which makes sense because we bring them you guys and you guys buy out all their stock. So let's check their website. Thank you guys so much, man. I really appreciate that. All right, guys. I love Ready Mark Cards. Genuinely, I love working with them. I love their products. I love how they approach business. I think it'd be interesting, Dylan, Evelyn, whoever, maybe we get you guys on the channel one day, talk some business about what life is like owning a brick and mortar store and running kind of an online marketplace in addition to that. I'd be curious to see how that's going because you guys started recently, but y'all are booming. Guys, Ready Mark Cards is can I call you guys a channel sponsor at this point? We've been partnered for months now. Great people based out of Nashville, card store, say less, bet. Let's get them pulled up here because it is hard to find deals in this space, guys. But when you have the Buyers Club, you get 10% off literally everything in the store. And you get some good deals. Mega Evolution 270. And by the way, this refreshes usually at least once, if not multiple times a day. I would say multiple times on average. I owe like 50% of my Sword and Shield position to them. Literally same. We completely wiped out their Sword and Shield position. They have great cards. They post conditions. It's $24 a month for the Buyers Club, but you get your first month for $1 when you use my link down below. All right. Ready Mark is my homepage. That's how good it's been for me, guys. I'm literally not making this up. The deals are that good, and quite frankly, we may have too many people using it because now things sell out instantly. I've been buying tons of prismatic bundles on here because I get them for like $65 shipped to my door. It's a great deal. You also get 3% back in rewards. But again, 10% off the whole store, $1 on your first month. Link down below, guys. They're literally the best. It's the best product ever. And it's the best store ever. Let's look at their sealed. Because now I'm curious. Yes. This is good. I'll be waiting for the prismatic, Ready Mark, and I'll be buying it. Thank you very much. Now I'm just not streaming anymore. I'm just looking at prices. Ooh. And look, and when things have tears, like they're not doing what other stores do and just sending it to you. They're posting pictures of the tear. All right. So shout out to that because not every store does that, believe it or not, which is crazy. But anyways, thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Trucker. Okay. I've been getting a lot of comments on this. I have a soccer jersey, Marseille. I believe that's how you pronounce it, the French way. I thrifted this jersey at Goodwill, and I occasionally wear it because it's warm, and I like how it looks. It looks cool. You know, I'm into the soccer poser aesthetic with my Carhartt pants and my soccer jersey. All right. I couldn't name you a single thing about this club. Should I become a fan of them? I am a poser. I like the jersey. I got it for $3. All right. So I guess that makes me a fan. But I get, guys, you think some of these comments are like toxic? Bro, the people who don't like this club come into my chat or my comments. They're psychos. They're sickos and they're psychos, bro. All right? You guys have no idea. You guys have no idea. So I lie and I say, no. I'm a fan of whatever team you're for. I I have an old Marseille jersey. I'll for real send you your PO box, bro. If it's a XL, I'm so down. I will be having a PO box soon. I am just lazy. I literally have paid for it. I just have to go bring them 2 forms of addresses. And I've gone twice. And the first time they were on lunch break, the second time, if you go an hour before close, they don't do PO box setups. So I've gone twice, and it makes me so mad, man. But we'll get it done probably tomorrow. Thrifting is fire. Indeed. Indeed, I'm a fan. I was doing a lot of thrifting and reselling for a couple of years there. I enjoyed it, genuinely. That's how I got this shirt. This grail. Absolute grail. But that's a conversation for another time. Gonna send some whale gonna send you a team up box. No, they're probably gonna send me like mold, more likely. Probably gonna send me mold or bread, like old bread, old moldy bread. Chuck, will you be investing in Ascended bundles or ETBs? For now, it's ETBs, brother. If I get bundles at a cheaper price, like I'm talking MSRP or 40, 45 bucks, yes, but we got more time on the bundles, man. How much did you average per week reselling? I was probably averaging like net monthly between 1,000 to 1,800 bucks a month, which was pretty good little money reselling, I would say. So a few $100 net. I was doing that. It was fun, and I really enjoyed it. Like my favorite thing ever is going to a yard sale, finding good stuff, and either keeping it or giving it to friends or selling it for a profit. It's a good time. It's a very, very good time. Better to have a line going out the door rather than empty tables. I'd like to think Pokemon's best interest is to not have what happened during the pandemic, but to keep hype alive. Wait, I'm sorry. What does this mean? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think, guys, I don't think the Pokemon company is mad about what's happening. They're making money hand over fist. They can make literally any product. They have full power over what's going on. And I think they're navigating how to keep that train rolling while protecting their image and getting packs out to people. It's interesting. It'll be very interesting to see what happens over the next few years. But yeah, I don't think they're too mad. Have you been on a cruise before? I have. Not really my thing, but I've never been as an adult with like homies only. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that would be fun, but cruises terrify me because I watched that documentary too of the people who got stranded on their cruise. Was the poop cruise? That's what it was. I think that's what the doc is called. Highly recommend. It's very interesting. The poop cruise. Absolute nightmare scenario for me. I also hate leaving my house, so it would be a problem for me. My other hobby is poker, all gambling. Yeah, there's a lot of poker Pokemon overlap, which makes sense. They have the same name. I also play poker. I've played quite a bit for many years. One of my friends, shout out to my boy, professional poker player. I've been to Vegas many times for fun, to visit friends, but also to play poker. I enjoy poker quite a bit. Dude, a PokeTuber poker stream would be pretty awesome. That'd be a lot of fun. I really want to do like a video game stream with PokeTubers, like a Mario Party. Like maybe like every once in a while we run like Mario Party, and it's like 3 random creators or something. I think it'd be fun. I just don't know how to set it up, and I don't know if anybody would want to do it. Okay, Kyle, you were invited to my 1 to 3 home games. I do it every week. Dude, shout out. Bet. W idea. I know, bro. I think it would be sick. I think investing in PokeTube, there's a lot of room for fun in this space. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine like hypothetically, like a TRJ, a non, and like PokeProfit, like, and myself, Mario Party live stream? It would never happen, but you can't tell me that wouldn't be fun. You know what I'm saying? Next video, do a house tour. No way. Among Us? Oh, yeah. Oh, bro. That would be great. That would be great. Yes. Boxing event. I'm terrified to get hit, but that would be fun. Honestly, Nostalgianomics, that he does MMA, right? He'll probably destroy people. Chuck, would love to see you stream Pokopia. Think you have streamer genes in you? Dude, I bought Pokopia. I would do that. If you guys want to watch that, we can set that up. Okay, maybe like a late night vibey. You know, we'll talk about Pokemon, but like we'll chill, you know what I mean? It'd be fun to have a game to like play. Or we do the TCG simulator, like store simulator game or whatever. I know we're like totally late to that, but yeah, trading card shop simulator. Bro, that would be rad. That would be rad. If y'all are interested, let me know. I don't know if like the logistics of doing it on this channel makes sense. Like, will the algorithm execute me? I'm not sure, but seems like it could be fun. I think that would be fun. You're almost at 7K. That's insane. It is, dude. And you've been here since the beginning. It's been a crazy ride. I don't know why it's happening, but I'm very thankful. I think trading card shop simulator stream could happen in the future. I think that is a play for sure. Let's do it. I'm down. I'm based out of Georgia. Pokopia stream and keep Market Watch in the corner easy. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, because we need more brain rot. Like, you can't just be looking at me the whole time. We need like somebody cutting sand in the corner. You know. You guys don't want to. You guys don't want to look at me. You want to look at Minecraft speed runs or whatever, right? What is that shit that you guys like? This stream. Hope you're doing well, bro. You did not miss a stream. You are here, and I hope you're doing well. Chuck, does your partner like Pokemon? Not at all, but respects Pokemon. Respects Pokemon. It's a good balance in my life. Rudy versus Timmy's in Mario Party. Bro, I would love to chat with Rudy. But I don't think he does collabs, and he would never do one with me, let's be honest. But that'd be sick. I think a Mario Party stream is like, that's like a goated idea. We'll have to figure that out. One set right now of Modern besides Ascended and Prismatic you'd invest. Oh, okay, so not Prismatic or Ascended. That's so tough. That's so tough. Low-key evolving is in the conversation. Definitely in the conversation. I always want more evolving. Vivid and Evo, those were the days. If you ever watched Master Trainer, that was me chasing that Chonkachu. Oh, dude, nice. Subway Surfers in the corner. Yes, dude, exactly. Exactly. Since the recent mainline sets have been very small, do we expect? Yes, I predict that they will both be very small. Makes perfect sense, right? It's their strategy. It's not rocket science or anything. We can expect those to be relatively small. We'll see. We'll see. I think they're making sets smaller to catch up with demand, and I don't think they've caught up with demand. So, we'll see what happens. Destin, Evo surging, where my guess is, yeah, that's pretty much on the nose there. Yeah, Destin, Evo surging. Can't go wrong. Black Bolt. Yeah, Black Bolt's in the conversation, for sure. For sure. Pallion Fates. I have a lot of Pallion Fates, so like it would be that answer, but I'm just not comfortable buying Pallion at these prices. Not when like Prismatic exists. And that's kind of like my philosophy. It's like it's hard to buy things at these prices when Prismatic exists at that price. Unless it's like a Sword and Shield situation. It's a little different. Well, guys, I've got some plans here for lunch. So I think I'm going to go get ready for that. I haven't eaten today, so I'm starving. What's the most you pay for surging? People were buying surging boxes for $243 on ReadyMark. That's about where I'd want to be. I think anything under $250 is like an absolute no-brainer buy. Like, easy. Should I get Chipotle or Steak and Shake? I would lean Chipotle, but Steak and Shake Frisco Melt speaks to me, does things to me that nothing else can. What a part-timer, I know. I'm sorry. Guys, I've actually had a lot of fun today, despite the comments, which was kind of funny. But okay, I think I need to leave soon. We'll wrap it up there. Guys, thank you so much for the support today. It was absolutely insane. And I had a blast, quite frankly. Thank you to everybody who donated. Ready Mark Cards, all the individuals, Abraham, all the folks. I can't remember the other names off the top of my head. But you guys are the best. It does, and I'll keep saying this forever, and I've said this since the beginning. It does not get lost on me, the support that I get on this channel. I really appreciate it. To be in a position, my channel is less than a year old. We're almost at 7,000 subs. Is pretty insane. I don't think I deserve it necessarily, but I'm happy to be along for the ride. And I can assure you I will continue to make videos and keep the train rolling. And if you want to continue the conversation, there's a free Discord link down below. Maybe we'll set up a video game stream in the future here. Let me know. Maybe I'll do some polls in the chats in Discord just to gauge a little interest. But guys, thank you so much. We got a lot to talk about tomorrow. Monday market update as always. And we'll probably do the collab stream this week where creators can just join in, and it will be like kind of a hangout call. We'll talk about the market, talk about their businesses. So who knows who will join? I think a lot of people might. So yeah, it'll be a good time. But guys, again, I'm very thankful to be in this position, and I hope to keep providing value in whatever way that I can, and just keep the train moving, right? Let's keep it going. So enjoy the rest of your day. Weather's beautiful where I'm at, and I will see you very soon in the next one, my friends. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye. Peace.